Of the many spectacular sights around Branson, perhaps none is more beautiful than sunset over Table Rock Lake. And what better way to see it than aboard the stately Branson Belle as it slowly plies the crystal clear water. Let's join the audience on board for some terrific showboat entertainment provided by the Steppin' Out Quartet. As the sun retreats behind the darkening Ozarks, let's make our way to the bow for an exclusive performance of that timeless classic, Old Man River, sung by Steve Grimm.
Old Man River, that old man river, he don't say nothing. Must know something, but Old Man River, he just keep rolling along. Don't plant taters, don't plant cotton. Them that plant some is soon forgotten. But Old Man River, he just keep rolling along. You and me, we sweat and strain while the old lake is racked with pain. Tote that barge, lift that man, get a little drunk, and you'll land in jail. I get weary, sick of trying. I'm tired of living and scared of dying. But Old Man River, he just keeps rolling along.
A ride aboard a showboat makes us yearn for the past, a yearning that's at the heart of what makes Silver Dollar City unique. Here, everything is detailed with the brushstrokes of days gone by. From the rope bridge at the house of Huckleberry Finn, to the hand-painted signs for the general store, and of course, the saloon. And what would a saloon be without Can-Can girls? That old-time sense of fun is everywhere, even on a modern-day ride. Most things look and feel exactly as they did over 100 years ago.
Now we're going to use our Grandma Brown's secret recipe to make this for you.
And that goes for making candy the old-fashioned way, too.
396. 396 grains of salt, so now we would like to ask you folks to help us count. Candy making is precise and exact. You have to be exact and precise at all times.
Most rides are designed with the past in mind, such as rafting down a river as in days of yore, against the background of a fantasy town. Candle making was a necessity in the old days. Here it's a make-your-own souvenir kind of experience. Candles of colored sand, an old-fashioned kind of pleasure for the younger set. No video games, no radios, no cell phones. Just good old family fun.
Now you folks get ready.
Meanwhile, what's happening to that pecan brittle?
What we've made so far. Here it is. This is an 18-pound batch of pecan brittle. And you folks are supposed to encourage us, and also Andrew, and say, yum, yummy. Yum, yummy.
Nothing is more magical than a ride on a carousel. A timeless experience that's as magical today as ever. Pick out a horse and climb on up. The horse will soothe you with its up and down dance. The calliope will carry you along on its familiar melody. And as it's done for generations, the carousel will bring a smile to your face that will last the whole day through.
Now, are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready? Yes! Okay, tell
Things
us.
took a lot longer to do in the past, that's for sure.
The thinner it is stretched, the quicker it cools down, and the quicker it cools down, the sooner you're all going to get a free sample.
Yay! Have a sample of pecan brittle.
But maybe all that time and careful preparation is what makes things seem to taste a whole lot better. What would a celebration of the past be without our national pastime? 150 years of swinging that bat. Time present and time remembered. A treat for young and old alike. Truly, Branson's got it all. In the old days, people had to make their own entertainment, just like they had to make almost everything in their lives. So naturally, they developed quite a gift for creating some mighty good music.
Well, I had a little chicken and she wouldn't lay an egg, so I poured hot water up and down her leg. The little chicken hollered and the little chicken begged. Little chicken laid a hard-boiled egg. Turkey in the straw, turkey in the hay, turkey in the straw. Hey, 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 pick 'em up, high, pick 'em off. All sing a tune called Turkey in the Straw. Well, I had an old dog, didn't have any sense. Ran around the yard, barking in the fence. Picked up a rock and I hit him in the jaw. He started barking, turkey in the straw. My mother-in-law. Turkey in the straw, turkey in the hay, turkey in the straw. Hey, 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 pick 'em up, high, take 'em off. I'll sing a tune called Turkey in the Straw. Well, I went to the river, but I couldn't get across, so I paid $2 for a swayback horse. He wouldn't go for it, and he wouldn't turn all just jumped up and down. Turkey in the straw, turkey in the hay, turkey in the straw, hey, hey, hey. Pick 'em up, high, take a haul. I'll sing a tune called Turkey in the Straw. Turkey in the straw, turkey in the hay, turkey in the straw, hey, hey, hey. Pick 'em up, high, take a haul. I'll sing a tune called Turkey in the Straw.
Today's bustling music scene in Branson owes quite a debt to the past, as we can see in this performance by Glenn Campbell, singing Rhinestone Cowboy.
Walking these streets so long, singing the same old song. I know every crack in the dirty sidewalks of Broadway. You know where hustle's the name of the game, and nice guys get washed away like the snow and the rain. There's been a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the light is shining on me, like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo, like a rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone. Well, I really don't mind the rain, and a smile can hide all the pain, but you're down when you're riding the train that's taking the long way. But I dream of the things I'll do with a subway token and $1 tucked inside my shoe. There'll be a load of compromising on the road to my horizon, but I'm gonna be where the light is shining on me, like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo, like a rhinestone cowboy, getting cards and letters from people I don't even know, and offers coming over the phone, just like a rhinestone cowboy and cowboy.
The valleys of the Ozarks near Branson are often filled with a beautiful blue haze, caused when the cool waters of Lake Taneycomo meet the warmer air above. Through the mist, silent figures, man or solitary egret, wait patiently, engaged in an age-old ritual. Fishing. Travel any waterway in and around Branson, and you are very likely to find someone somewhere plying the waters with rod and reel. Sunfish, bluegill, crappie, perch, trout, rainbow, golden and brown, or bass, smallmouth, largemouth in Kentucky. The fishing in these rivers and lakes is outstanding. The setting is truly magnificent, secreting yourself under towering trees in one of the numerous nooks and crannies of this quiet world. slowly slicing up a silent stream in watchful anticipation, or simply enjoying the feel of cool water on bare feet, checking out some friendly neighbors who perhaps are doing the same thing. It's been said that half the fun of fishing is simply being there, and that's never been more true than on the timeless waters of the Ozark Mountains. In Silver Dollar City, the past is always part of the present as you discover how things were done in the old days. Take working on a farm, for instance. Not everything was done by hand. This traction engine was used to power all sorts of machinery. With its help, a farmer could produce a whole lot more shingles with a whole lot less work.
It is not a tractor, it is a traction engine. There's a big difference in that, and it was used essentially for belt power. That is, the operator would drive up to a farmer's machine and he would bale hay, or he would saw wood, or he'd separate grain. And oh, what memories it has to a lot of people who remember the days when it came down the road past their house and it was a chugging and a thumping and a tugging along, and they still remember seeing the smoke coming out of the stack, and the operator would blow the whistle, and it was a big affair for them because they knew then that that big tractor, which replaced mules and horses, was going to do a lot of work for them that day.
Working with their hands comes naturally to these people of the Ozarks. So it should come as no surprise that in the Ozarks, the ancient craft of wood carving has developed into a fine art. This beautiful carousel horse was carved by Isaac Denton. Peter Engler is another master wood carver. He makes everything from carousel horses to tiny miniature figures.
Wood carving is a labor of love, and it's been done by all people all over the world, all through time. And we find people doing marvelous things, really fine things. This is an Ozark carving by an Ozark lady, and the subject matter is Ozark. It's a little lady canning. This is probably 1.5 to 2 inches high out of solid block of basswood, and the detail is just exquisite. It's just a marvelous thing. You can even see the detail on the little lady's face. Just something pretty remarkable. You can see the buttons on the back of her dress and her hairdo. We have a saying here in the Ozarks that if you work with your hands, you're a laborer. If you work with your hands and mind, you're a mechanic. And if you work with your hands and your mind and your heart, you're an artist. And these hills have produced a whole lot of artists.
They have also produced a people profoundly attached to the land and to the deep faith it provided them. They have erected many chapels and churches where they practice their beliefs. They worship in their own special time-honored tradition. The music that comes from inside their churches comes from deep inside the people as well.
Since I